Okay, so I was gonna start this video off with a little sob story about how I was super skinny, I got bullied in school, and people would come and put their hands around my wrists and say, oh, you're so skinny, but... I don't want to start this video off like that because I want it to be authentic and real, and I want it to be quick, and I don't want to bore you with a little sob story that, you know, you see everywhere else on everyone else's videos. So I'm just gonna give all you skinny guys out there 3 main tips that you must listen to if you want to go from skinny to muscular. Let's get into it. Also bear in mind that I had no equipment. I didn't want to step foot in a gym just because of how self-conscious I was, and I didn't want people looking at me when I was working out. So let's just focus on home workouts, bodyweight exercises that you can do to build up your base and eventually get you confident to go to the gym if you want to. So that being said, the very first thing that I did is focus on the basic bodyweight exercises in calisthenics. Now you might be thinking, what are they? They're gonna be your push-ups, your pull-ups, your squats, and also your planks. The main focus I started off with is to try and increase the amount of sets or reps that I could do every single week. And I would say after about a month of training, I beat my push-up record that I started off with by at least 10 reps. But then I hit a plateau and I didn't know what to do about it, and then I got stuck. And that is the position that you may be in now, and that is why this video is gonna help you out. So if that sounds like you, the first thing you need to focus on is a thing called progressive overload. And it's kind of a complicated little word, sounds really technical and scientific, but it's really not that hard to understand. This is the concept. It essentially means that you need to increase the difficulty or the intensity of the exercise that you're doing in order to see more muscle growth or more strength. So going back to the exercises that I previously mentioned, your push-ups, your pull-ups, your squats, and your planks, you have to make these exercises more challenging every single week. So your aim every single week is to try and beat your previous record of your week. So that means that you're gonna have to track what you're doing every single workout. But we'll get into that in one of the next points. So once you get comfortable doing these 4 basic exercises, getting to 10 to 12 reps with perfect form, then you can start making it harder by adding variations to them. And this is the main way in bodyweight training that you can actually grow muscle and strength. I started to focus more on things like one-legged squats, also known as pistol squats, working on my handstand push-ups, doing harder variations to get to the one-arm push-ups, so the archer push-up, and for pull-ups, I started to focus on more explosive variations. And that leads me on to the next bit I'm going to talk about, which is increasing the tempo or decreasing the tempo in order to promote muscle growth and strength, which is another way that you can work progressive overload, but it doesn't involve changing the variation, you're just changing how slow or how fast you go on each rep. By doing this, you can target your muscles more effectively because time under tension creates a different stimulus along with explosive movements that are going to allow you to grow different parts of your muscle and increase the strength in them. One thing I would do is come down for 5 seconds on the push-up and then back up for 5 seconds. Another thing you can do is hold the movement halfway, and that is another way you can increase time under tension on your muscle, allowing you to be able to do more reps in pull-ups and grow your muscle, ultimately increasing your strength. So play around with different ways that you can stimulate your muscle, and that could be by changing the exercise or changing the tempo of the movement you're doing. Okay, so hopefully you've understood everything so far and that you need to create a different stimulus to your muscle in order to see it grow. Now let's move on to the proper nutrition. I know, super boring, but we need to get through it. So we're gonna go through it quick so I don't bore you. So building muscle requires a lot of energy and a lot of nutrients. So you wanna make sure that you're eating correctly before your workout and after your workout. The main thing that everyone knows is to increase your protein, and there's also things that you can do such as increase your healthy fat intake and also mix up the complex carbohydrates that you're gonna take in. But that sounds kind of complicated, so I'm gonna dumb it down for you guys. Firstly, you wanna make sure that you have enough carbs before your workout to help your energy. Second, you wanna make sure that you're having enough protein in order to recover and grow that muscle. And third, you wanna be trying to eat as healthy as possible, because not only is this gonna increase your energy, but it's also gonna help you to lose fat fat and also let that muscle show even more. The last thing that you have to do to see muscle growth and to see weight gain is to make sure that you're eating enough calories. So we've gone through the macronutrients that you need to be taking in, so your protein, your fats, your carbohydrates. Now we're gonna focus onto calories. So what are calories? To put it simple, calories are the amount of energy in a particular food or drink. And if you guys are sitting here and you're thinking,
what the heck is this guy talking about?
Then I recommend you go to Google, type in calorie calculator online, type in your metrics, so your height, your weight, and some other stuff in there too. Then you can work out how many calories and how much protein that you need to eat in order to gain weight and also muscle. I also highly recommend tracking how much you're eating every day and how much protein you're intaking, so you know if you're not performing on an exercise or you're not seeing improvement in your muscle or your strength, you know what to go to and you'll see where you lacked the protein intake or where you lacked the calories. And lastly, for nutrition, in addition to making sure that you're keeping up with your macronutrient intake, tracking it, and also with your calories, you need to be staying hydrated and getting enough sleep. I know some of you guys are probably thinking,
oh well, I don't have time to drink and I don't
have time to sleep because
I'm working so hard
and I haven't got time.
No. The reason you haven't got time is because you're probably just looking at your phone every night, you're not being able to go to sleep properly, and therefore you're not seeing the proper muscle growth, and that is why you're gonna stay skinny forever if you don't follow these tips. Getting enough sleep is gonna allow you to recover from your workouts so you can build more strength and therefore muscle. Overnight and during the day, the protein that you take in from foods and drinks is gonna all come together into your body, growing and repairing that muscle to come back stronger. But your body is not going to be able to do this effectively if you do not get at least 7 to 9 hours sleep. The odd day here and there is not going to affect it too much, so do not worry, but make sure on the general occasion you're getting in 7 to 9 hours sleep. Okay, so we figured out how you're going to work out to gain muscle and also the correct nutrition along with your sleep and things of that nature. Now we're going to look into what to do once you've done all them things, and that all comes down to two main subjects: consistency and discipline. And you've probably seen this everywhere, whether you're watching Joe Rogan, you're watching Hamza, you're watching David Goggins. Stay hard!
Stay fucking hard!
David Goggins. But there's a reason why these guys are so successful in what they do, and they have one thing in common: they have a decent amount of muscle, and that is because they're consistent and also disciplined. Building muscle is not a fast process. It takes time and patience, but if you want to accelerate that, then you want to get your discipline on point. You want to be sticking to your workout routine and your nutrition even when you do not feel like it. I know it's hard for some of you guys to put down your phone or just start working out in general because you're too distracted by modern technology and completely pointless affairs that are going on in society. But how many of you guys brush your teeth in the morning and in the evening? Probably 99.9% of you. So why do you do this? Because you've integrated it into your routine and it's become normal. You need to do the same thing with working out. Make it part of your routine and something that you do no matter what. The best thing that you can do to stay motivated and disciplined to work out is to make sure you're writing stuff down in a workout log. Now, that doesn't have to be a diary or a notepad that you just write down everything in, because I know a lot of you guys are lazy. So a thing that I do and I've done for years is to just use my notes on my phone. Most of you guys should have an app for that, and if you don't, just download Google Docs. It's free, it's easy, and you can get started right away. Doing this allowed me to make adjustments to my routine when I needed to. So if I saw that I was doing the same amount of push-ups on week 1 as I was on week 3, then I knew I had to change something, and so I did in the workout log. This is going to help you stay accountable and motivated, because you can look back in your workout log, find things that you've achieved, and you can actually visually see how you're improving, because a lot of us guys just forget how much effort and what achievements that we've actually done. So if you've got that in one place, you can look back on it and keep yourself going even when you don't feel like it. We all hit plateaus and we all face setbacks. It is a normal part of the human experience, guys. And this is the same thing when it comes to working out. You just have to treat it like life. Sometimes it's gonna be shit. Sometimes it's gonna be good, but you still get on with it and you carry on living. Keep in mind that you're gonna have bad days, so when the good days come, you can appreciate them even more. If you guys have watched this video all the way through and you're still confused and don't know what to do, then I just released a new calisthenics program that is gonna help you with your bodyweight journey from home, no equipment needed, and you can get started right away. I'll put the link in the description and you guys can go check that if you want to. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I've made it as short and as easy to understand as I possibly could. I hope you guys were entertained throughout, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.